I'm always paranoid when I put the thing on.
Are we live? Is that what it says?
We did it. That's why it's red.
Hi, everybody.
So let's have a hair appreciation moment for Kevin. Because if you say anything about hair, he's going to think it's about him.
Don't do that.
It is about you. It's always about you, Kevin.
I know. Thanks. It's like
Doesn't Kevin's hair look awesome? I mean, he is growing out longer, like how we thought he should. And he has a new part that he cut in, since we also discussed this. But he did not clear this haircut with us, which is kind of awkward. Chelsea, how are you feeling about it?
I think it's this part that you guys aren't liking, that it's short. I think you guys wanted it like all.
No, I don't think that's the problem.
No, I like the hair. I like the hair. I was impressed when I got your promo clip. I was like, Kevin has new hair. It's very stylish.
All right, now.
I said something nice to you. You're welcome.
Your turn. I know we shouldn't start off this way. I like your hair. Very nice. Pink. Again, as I mentioned, I thought that was an old pic. Then I found out that you had, you can tell the story.
Yeah, so that was an old pic. And then I still had hair dye because I've done my hair pink a few times at this point. So I was like, well, I'm just going to put the rest of the pink dye into my hair. So it'll look like this for like 3 days and then it'll wash out and it'll just be back to normal.
Yeah.
Until it happens again.
It'll be the best 3 days ever.
I know, right? Like maybe I just don't wash my hair and it just stays like that as long as I don't wash it. That's not gross.
Mine always comes off on my pillow though. Mine like... When I do mine red, like it comes off on my pillow some, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah. So the last time I bleached mine, bleach coming out.
Yeah. I'm not gonna wear like light shirts while I have this.
Yeah, that's a good plan. Don't wear a white shirt.
Yeah.
Or that will be awkward.
Yeah.
Did you use overtones, Jenny?
What's overtone?
Oh. I don't know. I just wanted to sound like I knew, but I don't.
I don't know what it is. So I'm guessing not. It's like a L'Oreal colorista.
If you don't know what it is, just say no.
No. That's a straight up no. Okay. It's not just us today.
Nope.
No, because there's more assumptions to be made about people and things.
Obviously.
And so Kevin.
Yeah. Oh, me? Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't know. All right. I guess it's my turn. A little differently this time. It's a very special guest, guys. We're going to do a little story time on this intro because, well, I'm Kevin and I tell stories. We all know this. Our special guest today is Sarah Saidi. Now, there's some things that you don't know. But since I'm Kevin, assume everything without the... That's going to piss Chelsea off. I'm not going to talk about it. Anyways, Sarah Saidi, who you don't know, I met Sarah back in December of last year. I met her in the comments section of a Juan Salting post talking about jobs. She commented, I commented, we saw eye to eye in comments, and then we moved it to the DMs. And from there, Sarah became Kevin's first ever LinkedIn client. What? Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Okay, enough about me. Let me tell you some things about Sarah. Sarah is amazing. Okay, I know I'm supposed to be snarky, but it's hard. She used to be a project manager for a construction company. She's helped build structures. She's your favorite product manager's favorite product manager. And if you have a job, you should talk to her, because she knows what she's doing. But then again, I did assume some things about Sarah. Sarah's very quiet. I thought she was shy. Sarah uses big words. I'm not good with big words. So sometimes I had to stop her. If I could say the one thing that I appreciate most about Sarah, it's that she was my first client. Thank you so much. You gave me a chance and it's all good. So that's all that matters. But you need to know that she's snarky. So here are Sarah's top 3 snarky posts. They came recently. She just started to get her snark on. Number 1, Move over TGIF. It's TGISD. I can only assume that means thank goodness it's Snark Day. I'm just, okay. Number 2, officially hit a mental roadblock with a dash of, I kind of give up. Isn't that what Fridays are for? Glad you're here, Sarah. Thanks for showing up. And number 3, I just wanted to say I filed my taxes today. Wow, you Canadians are crazy. Okay, Sarah Saidi.
That was an epic intro. Thank you.
That was straight off the top. It was okay. It was okay. How are you, Sarah? Good to see. I love the backdrop.
Thank you.
Jenny, you're muted. Jenny.
So bad news, you guys.
Uh-oh.
LinkedIn is pooping the bed and the stream isn't working.
I was wondering why there was no comments.
I was wondering that too. I was like, man, we became real unpopular quickly. Did I say something in the beginning? Was it me?
It was you, Kevin.
You guys need to hear that much? Come on, man. Y'all don't have to leave us.
It's been a wild ride. It's over now. Sorry, Sarah. This is so embarrassing.
Okay. We'll just stop and restart.
Okay. No, so it looks like it is working now, but no one is going to have the link for it. So yeah, it's fine. I'm just going to sit here in the background and update some stuff. I don't know.
It's okay. It's okay.
I mean, it's kind of weird that we're having a show about people's assumptions when like people can't be here. Except we do have Drew, we have Sultan, and we have Mindy. So like,
you know what? That's enough. That's enough. Twitch gang is in the building. Thankfully.
Yes, I mean, thank goodness for Twitch.
Thank goodness Kevin's not hosting, or there would be nothing here today. No assumptions made. That's important. Okay.
Yeah. So, okay, you guys, I'm actually seriously trying to update links on all of our posts and events and stuff. So carry on as though I'm not here.
You know what? You know what's funny? You know, I know our name's the Snark Squad, but oftentimes, and Sarah can attest to this, guys, people assume that we know what we're doing. Okay. If today,
do they?
Do they? I get DMs. Oh yeah. Do you remember every time we have a guest and they're like, "Oh my God, you guys actually have no idea," and we're like, "Yeah, see, I'm trying to tell you." Yeah.
Behind the
Sarah
curtain.
can tell you the truth.
Oh hey, it's working. Yay!
And we got YouTube. I mean, it's all good. It's good.
Yeah.
So Sarah.
Yeah. Yes, Cap. Dude.
You're I am. Is there an assumption that people have made about you that has been wildly wrong that you would like to correct today? You have the spotlight. Please do.
Well, the assumption about me is that I'm too kind, or I'm very quiet, or I'm very weak, and that's no bueno. That's
bueno.
wrong. And they think I could speak fluent French. No.
No one from Vancouver speaks French.
I know no one, I know. I'm like, I went to Montreal last summer, and my mom's like, "Oh yeah, she's fluent in French. Go right ahead." And then this guy starts speaking, and I'm like, no, je ne suis pas parler français.
That was way better than whatever I would have done.
That's true.
I would have started assuming that she just doesn't want to talk to me in French because her French sounded pretty good to me.
I wish. And I'm sorry that Luke isn't here. Yes, Sultan.
Are we?
We upgraded.
You're sorry.
Not.
That makes one of us.
That's only you, Sarah. The rest of us are okay with it.
It's totally fine.
Yeah.
Promise that was not our fault. You're
Not
assuming that we were late and not LinkedIn just not doing its job.
Yeah.
Hey, Thomas. Yes.
So I can actually put one of those to bed. Sarah, you are definitely not shy. Okay. And you're definitely not scared to talk. That is wrong, people. And you're wrong for assuming. What you didn't know is she's breaking out her shell, and her shell has been broken. And today we're gonna like put a bomb in it and just explode it.
Confetti style, baby.
Confetti style.
It's like a snarky debut into the world.
Exactly.
I love all things confetti.
I mean, there's nothing better than that.
Oh, Sarah's French is definitely better than Kevin's English. 100%. Thanks, Drew. Thanks for calling that out. I think you're right.
Merci, Drew. Oh my goodness.
So, Jenny, what's the topic for the day?
Well, today we're talking about our assumptions about us, maybe assumptions about each other, maybe assumptions that we have about people who are watching this right now or not watching this because LinkedIn didn't do its job. So I want you guys in the comments, what assumptions do you, who wants to be targeted first?
You know it's going to be me. Stop it.
Do you want it to be me? I'll be Tribune. Like,
Oh, you put yourself out there as a...
Wow.
You'll sacrifice yourself?
Sarah is proving the
I'll
assumptions wrong.
sacrifice myself. Like,
Okay, but throw it out. Who has assumptions about when you met Sarah, when you met Kevin, when you met Chelsea, when you met me? What assumptions did you have about us?
what
What assumptions do you still have about us? Other than we have really cool hair. Whoa, Kevin just disappeared.
Wow.
And then we went
There's
into
our
the
faces.
weird boxes. Yeah, I mean, like, that's kind of like not.
That's so much of like our head.
It's facts.
We lost Kevin. Oh, hey,
I don't
look.
know.
I found him.
So were we talking about Kevin? Where were we?
I don't know. The assumption Juju rolled. I agree with this assumption.
Look, I could tell him to be quiet. You assume I control anything that he does. Don't.
What's up with the cut on your head, Kevin?
Oh, it's called style. So, oh wait, because it's backwards. It's called style, Sultan. I couldn't instruct you on what that is in 30 seconds, so I'll just tell you that and point to it. Plus, I know you don't have a lot of hair, so it's going to be difficult for you. Okay, anyways.
Okay, Drew has had an assumption. So Sarah seemed like such a quiet noob on LinkedIn when I first connected with her. It took some time to figure out that was definitely not true.
That's right. Drew, why don't you start interacting with me some more then? Because are you one of those lurkers, Drew? Did my snark come out too soon? No?
I mean, we have 90 minutes of snarkiness.
I definitely assumed the same thing. And every time that we would interact and I would curse, I'd be like, oh my God, excuse my language. And I remember like one of the first times she was like, oh, I don't effing care. You can effing curse as much as you effing want. Do whatever effing thing you want to do. I was like,
this was Kevin. This was Kevin. She's like,
calm down.
Canadians are what?
Yeah, if you assume Kevin has a loud kiddo because Kevin is Kevin, then you'd be right, B-Love. You would be right. Now, the question is, for the second one that's about to come, Lucas, I'm gonna do my best to be calm. He's not gonna see it. Will he still be a wild child? Is it nature or nurture? I just want to figure it out. I've already figured out with one. We're gonna figure it out with the second.
Kevin being calm?
You know what I mean.
Do I?
Probably not.
I would rather not assume what you mean, Kevin.
Yeah. And this is a crazy story. So this one time I was the Karate Kid and I was with my sensei and I was just whittled a shiv at my dojo after karate class. Yeah. Assumptions.
What's happening right now?
I don't either.
I mean, Sultan has true assumptions. We probably do know more, especially Chelsea. So there's that.
I think that's a great assumption.
No sugar for Juju before the show. How else? No, you need them to like sugar up so that they can have the sugar crash.
Oh yeah, you just have to time it better.
Yeah. It's
that's you assuming that's not like Juju's baseline. This is baseline. You don't want to see Juju on sugar. You don't want that.
Assumed he was a loud kid when I heard him screaming. I mean, like, what kid is quiet?
That's a
No
good
kid's
question.
quiet.
I've never met one.
You know, actually, my first one was quieter before we had a second one. And I was like, whoa, like some kids, their decibels are so loud. And then I had another kid. I'm like, yeah, that's why. Yeah, my first one was just weird on his own. And now Michael's here.
Ooh.
Okay, everyone's like slowly making their way. I'm so glad that LinkedIn
And
is
if
working.
you could put Drew's comment up on the screen, I just want to reply to that real quick. Yeah. So I, it's funny, Drew. When you were on live and I saw all the books behind you, I assumed you were a lot smarter with all those books. And we both can have our assumptions.
Assuming Kevin Logan Jr. is the modern day Benjamin Buttons.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, we've seen your Instagram feed. We know that you haven't really aged in the last few years. So kudos. Take the compliment, man. You've gotten 2 compliments to show. It's like
I didn't know
you're shattering records.
I didn't know if this was a compliment or if this was like a backhanded. I didn't know. I wasn't sure.
No, I feel like it's a good
both.
thing. Dana,
It's a
you can
compliment.
clarify.
Doesn't it? It's pretty nice.
Do it.
It's pretty. I like it. Very unicorny. Where's the unicorn, Sarah?
Corny.
It's in the wash. Lady Bird was very protective of her uni. I mean, I was like, woman, like, calm the.
She didn't like that you gave it screen time. She's like, "Where's my 15 seconds?"
Exactly. But you know what? She paid back. She paid back because women had the runs all night before, and so Dog Mom here was up all night taking her out. So yeah,
that is largely unpleasant.
it is very unpleasant.
And, and to Drew, dude, I knew that. No assumptions needed. I knew whose books they were. Keep it real.
I mean, just to clarify, I am officially a New Yorker because I have been here for 10 years. And most people do not assume Canadian minus the accent. The attitude is definitely New York.
That's true.
Well, a bit of Vancouver too, Jenny.
I mean, so I definitely sound Vancouver. Like my accent
totally.
is Vancouver. Vancouver.
I know.
This is how you spot.
That's like a white van.
Here's a tiny nuance for you guys. If you want to spot like a actual Vancouverite from like a fake Vancouverite, real Vancouverites say Vancouver, not Vancouver.
Yeah. Not Vancouver.
Say what now?
So Vancouver, city in Canada. It's kind of big. The Olympics were there. It's kind of cool.
Got it. Totally
got it.
Got that.
Okay, so most people would say, based on the spelling, Vancouver, right? Like you would say that. Okay, that's not how you say it if you're from Vancouver. You say Vancouver, like Vancouver.
Oh.
Like
So it's not like the C.
Why?
It's like there's this weird G that has just like snuck its way in.
I know.
And it's
There's
how
always
you
a weird
spot a
piece sneaking their way
transplant.
into places. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
I mean, at least we're not in Osoyos. So there you go.
really confuses people.
I know what you just said.
These are like inside jokes that are happening here.
Osoyos is a place. It's where Ogopogo lives, which is a Canadian Loch Ness monster.
It's like a 5-hour drive.
Do Canadians make jokes, by the way? How does that work? I always assumed Canadians didn't do jokes.
I mean,
Because Luke tries all the time and his always just stinks. So I just figured the rest of Canadians just didn't.
No, it's like British dry humor. It's like a different kind. Like it's not so lowbrow.
That's why Luke blends in perfectly well. And never responds to any of my messages.
You lowbrow.
I lost track of chat. Jen is here.
And to Dana's point, I do have people that assume I only have one hat. My employer actually suggested that I buy another one, and if I do, he would write it off. I was like, dude, I have more than one hat. I just like this one a lot, and I don't like how you assume that I don't have any more options. So anyway, I wrote it off, and I got another hat, so it's coming soon.
I assume Jenny picks fights in the street of New York City because she misses hockey. I do not like hockey.
Me either. Oh my
At
god!
all.
Anybody who thinks that we're Canadian, like we have to like hockey ape. I'm like,
It's
oh
not true.
no.
It is not true. No. The only time that I've like borne witness to hockey willingly is Olympic Gold Cup.
Yes,
Definitely watching then, even if it's by myself. And then like if the Canucks get into the Stanley Cup, I will watch Game 7 should they make it that far. But that is it. Like that
But
is
that
my
happened
line
like
limit.
over 10 years ago. So
It was
Boundaries.
literally 10 years ago.
I know.
It was right before I moved. I had just gotten married and I lived like 2 blocks from the stadium. So there was like Molotov
Oh, no, so you were
cocktails and
part of
cars
the
on fire
riot?
all over the place.
Oh no, I was supposed to work that day and I was supposed to because I worked at the CBC. And so I was supposed to be there, but I'm like, no, I'll skip it. And then it just went.
Yeah. I still have like cell phone video like on my balcony because I had a very nice, it was like a 270 view of downtown.
Oh,
And it was
nice.
just like car fire, car fire, car fire. And the walk to work the next morning, it was just like glass and debris like all over the place.
Ooh.
That
Yeah.
was, we riot over hockey like how British people riot over football.
No alcohol.
I mean, that riot was happening no matter what. I'm not really a lady. I feel like I come across differently maybe on LinkedIn than I do on the street. So like, I think like New Yorkers, well, there's like this like tough New Yorker kind of like perception, like everyone's just a jerk. Actually, people are very, very caring here. Like, I remember when my big one was a like new infant and I had to take him on the subway and it was like a big deal with the stroller I had. And it was just like not a word. People are like hauling the stroller up and down the subway stairs for me, like helping me out, holding doors, like not a word is said though. So people are very caring and they're very attentive, but they're just like, get the fuck out of my way. Like it's a balance. Like it's just, I guess it's like tough love, you know? You need to be a minimum of 2 generations to be considered New York. So I thought the rule was 10 years. That is what I have been told. And I have had New Yorkers agree. This is a correct enunciation. What else?
Vancouver.
Vancouver.
Bang.
Chelsea, you know, I've made assumptions about you. Let's just get into it.
Shocking.
We're
I'm
doing
shocked.
Yeah. So,
I do not like the way you're giggling.
so look.
Sarah,
the
me
first
and you are
thing-
coming off for this.
Just my first interaction with you was it was that you're like big into education in school and kids, and I was like, oh, okay, so she's like an educator. And then I caught one of your first lives, and I was like, oh, she's an educator. That's a big smartass. And I was like, okay, oh. And her hashtag is what could go wrong. I was like, oh, but she likes working with kids. And okay. So I made some aspersions.
Aspersions?
Assumptions? Aspersions are bad. Assumptions are better. Assumptions.
What was your assumption then?
Okay, my assumption was that you ran a school, okay? And that you were the only educator. And that you made everybody run experiments all day.
Like on children?
In the way of which what could go wrong. So I thought you had like a school of which that was the mentality.
I don't even know what to do with that information, Kevin.
When I see Chelsea, I think of Care Bears.
Oh.
Is it the sad Care Bear or like a different Care Bear? And I also don't know what to do with that information.
I thought she was
That's
the
true.
gift. She is.
That's true. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not super smart though. That's your assumption. Yeah, no, never claimed to be. Thanks, Jabal. Appreciate you.
Because we run experiments on children, or
Well, just to see how they
Just to see how they react to stimuli.
I just can't. Like, I now need to rethink my whole life.
I mean, look, when I first went to your page, it looked like you ran some type of school. And then what could go wrong?
I did run a school.
So I'm like semi there. Okay. And then did you hold
Just
big?
for clarity, we did not ever run experiments on children. I feel like this must be said.
What could go wrong?
I ran a school.
What could go wrong?
However, no students ever were experimented on. Kevin.
What could go wrong? Hashtag.
Oh Lord.
So that was awkward. This is going so well, you guys. I'm assuming Kevin said you can observe a lot by just watching.
All the time. That's mine. Definitely. I'm the first one to ever say that. 100%.
Who will be friends will all be friends.
Oh
It'll be
my
fine.
God. I mean,
There's
not
always
with them,
that.
but with all you guys, 100%. Yeah. No. No, we
I don't know
like
what to do with these IT requests coming in.
I don't know what that means. What do you need there, Corey?
We
Not
don't
that
have
we can
Travis
probably
here
help
to
you.
like provide any support like how he has in
Yeah.
the past. So
Listen, Nathan, maybe that was a prepared disclaimer. You
Hey,
don't know.
Drew did run a school until she started experimenting on children. It's funny. Do you run a school anymore? Just wondering. Assuming.
So here, let's get real honest, Kevin, you and me. I no longer run a school because I lost my job due to COVID.
Mic drop.
So Kevin, can she experiment on your children?
You will. Hey, Juju, he experiments all day. It would just be another day at my house. Y'all don't hear all those noises in the background? That's him.
He's experimenting.
He's a tinkerer.
So a Canuck is both the hockey team in Vancouver and kind of like a term for a Canadian that Americans use. I've never called myself a Canuck. Have you, Sarah?
I have, yeah.
You have? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think
I
I've
have.
ever
Wait,
used that word.
What did you say it was again?
Canuck.
No. What is it though?
Oh, a Canuck. It just refers to it's slang for Canadian.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
Dana's like
Again.
reading the comments today.
You know it's me. I definitely 100%. It's 90% mental, but the other half is 100% physical. 100%.
Okay, how about this? What assumptions, other than the experimenting on children, have you guys had
Stop doing it.
that drive you crazy?
That drive you crazy.
Or like, what's the most absurd? Like, I'll tell you the assumption about me that both drives me crazy, but I have also embraced. People assume I'm not very smart. I have no idea why that is.
Is it because you're blonde? Because that could be like a whole thing.
I mean, I assume now that I have pink hair that they're going to think I'm a genius. It
That's how
definitely
that works.
So it does actually move. I've had my hair like every color under the sun, and it is worse the blonder that I get. But when I meet people, and I think also just like the way that I speak, like a Valley girl and stuff like that, people just assume that I'm an idiot. But I also play into it.
Smart?
I do play into it because when they figure out that I'm actually pretty smart, they get kind of uncomfortable. So I kind of pretend to be stupid to make them more comfortable with the fact that I'm really smart.
And when it's the
I
right
think
time, you
that's
just smack them.
Yes, Sarah, that's how it should go. Yeah.
That's the only solution. Like,
I assume people who assume that other people aren't smart are projecting. That's what I assume.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
A lot.
unless you're like me and Chelsea love smart, in which case you're probably right.
Also true. I'm gonna run with that one.
Yeah. What is smart anyway? It's so broad anyway. There's a lot of assumptions as to what smart could be. Are you smart because you're a billionaire? Are you smart because your IQ is at the highest? Are you smart? What is it exactly? So everybody has their own determination of what smart is. That's why, again, I'll just redirect that answer back to you.
Can I just shout out Adam's comment, because I've been catching so much trouble in comments about the fact that I sound like a valley girl, and it is a sign of intelligence, I swear.
It can be a sign of whatever you want it to be a sign of, Jenny.
Exactly.
I assumed you work for CSI since you know all this stuff. I did learn a lot about forensics in school. Like I studied forensics I took several classes. I mean, I did a criminology degree. So I know how to like process a scene of a death and stuff like that. I can lift fingerprints. I can identify bullets coming from a gun. I can trace that back. So there is things that I know how to do, but I've never done it professionally.
Great skills to have in New York.
I mean, right? The school I went to, though, like the leading forensic entomologist, so like forensic bug person, basically, was the head of the department when I was there. So there was a lot of people like specializing in forensic entomology. So there was like a whole lab that you can go and like, she would like drop like dead pigs all over the Lower Mainland and like check out the maggot growth. So yeah, you can go to the lab and you could see the maggots and stuff. And one time I went in to talk to my TA for forensics class, and she was showing us, like me and a friend, like all the maggots and stuff. So she pulled out a tray of maggots and like a whole bunch of flies came out with it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Jody, like there's a fly right there. And she just like whacked it with her hand. And I was just like utterly disgusted that she did this. I'm like, you just hit that with your hand. And she's like, where do you think I work? And I'm like, oh yeah, you get dead pigs that are covered in maggots from all over the Lower Mainland. So there's that.
Oh. Okay.
It's an interesting story, Jenny.
That went sideways.
That was wholesome.
Yeah. If Chelsea is Care Bears and Jenny is My Little Ponies, I don't know what that means.
I'd rather be My Little Ponies.
But like I think the Care Bear stare shtick is pretty cool though. Like
the Care Bears, what?
The Care Bear stare. So like,
I have no idea what you're saying.
When they're like fighting like the bad guy, they're all like Care Bear stare, and then like their magic emerges from their belly and like.
Wait, what do you mean when they're fighting with the bad guy?
Look, the mean person. I don't know. I haven't seen this since like 1990.
Care Bears is a show?
Yeah.
I thought they were just stuffed animals.
No, it was an actual TV show.
Yeah. I don't know which came first, but.
I grew up in Japan, so I don't know.
And they did fight with their stomachs because it would be like laser beam out. Yeah.
No, I'd remember laser beams coming out of Care Bear stomachs for sure. 100%. It'd be right there.
It's a real thing. Uh-oh. We have a go. Oh, it's Jackie. She's a ghost.
You know, there is one assumption. Maybe you guys have gotten it. Probably not you yet, Sarah. But people assume that I'm always snarky. So I'll like go out into the real world. Yeah. And then people will assume that this is me all the time. It's not. I clock in here at 1 o'clock for the Snark Squad, and then I clock out at 3 o'clock to get back to life. I'm not always snarky, guys. So you don't always have to be snarky with me in the comments. Sometimes Kevin's serious. Sometimes Kevin's just being funny. Don't assume that he's always trying to have fun and make jokes about himself, people. All right. That's it.
I honestly, like, snarking aside, I think that you get that more than me and Chelsea do. Like, I definitely have people who will come and be super sarcastic in my comments, but like, I don't know why it's just become your entire identity, Kevin. And I feel bad.
Because I take the S word from you guys, and so everybody just thinks that's what I want to take all day. And I'm like, no, but I like them, and I don't know you. And that's the difference.
Yeah. But like,
listen, we are even. Everything that I have ever said to you was just like canceled out by you saying I used to experiment on children in my school. So you have nothing to hold against me anymore.
Hey, It's up to who. It was an assumption. If you believe it, that's on you, people. That's on you. Okay, get your facts straight. Ask questions. So look, since you want to talk about that here, I'll tell you. I'll tell you the biggest assumption of my life. So this is the second day I met my wife, who's now my wife. At the time, she was just a person. So second day I'm meeting her, and I'm half Latino. In our cultures, we meet families quickly because we need to know if this is going to work out. So, we don't waste time. So I get to her, her family's house, and her grandmother's there. Okay. So as y'all know, maybe some of y'all don't at this point, I'm half Dominican and I'm half white. That's Latino. Okay. My wife is Peruvian and El Salvadorian. Her grandmother's Peruvian and speaks no English. So I go to the house. And we're meeting each other. Hi, I'm Kevin. And I said, I speak Spanish. And then she assumed that I didn't speak Spanish. So she shook my hand. And while she's shaking it to my face, she's saying, oh God, you're gonna date this dude with the egghead? And I was like, oh, okay. And then as she's shaking my hand, she's like talking to them. And she's like, he really has a big ass head. Are you sure you want to do this? And then I answered to her in Spanish, I think she does. And she was like, oh. And she like goes to the back room, like said a prayer, because that's how we do things, came back and has been the same person ever since. All she does is assume and talk S about me in Spanish. And she still thinks I just don't. She doesn't care. But that was a big assumption. That's just like a big assumption I deal with every day, all the time. I go to places all the time because we buy things at local Latin markets, and again, they don't think. You guys should stop assuming. I know what you're saying.
But people thought you were a pit bull.
Mario, I know what you're saying.
They don't think you're Latino. Like, I'm so confused right now.
Yes, they don't.
It's like they don't, except that one time that they thought you were a Brazilian person.
Brazilian. Oh, pit bull?
Yeah.
He's Cuban.
He's Cuban? I thought he was Brazilian.
No, he's Cuban.
Oh.
So that's a funny, interesting story. Look, I get it. Okay. So this was 12 years ago. I had no hair. I was like cue ball. I liked it that low. So we're downtown Atlanta, and in downtown Atlanta, at this time, this is back in like 2008, 2009, when like Ludacris and T.I. and all these people are right. And so they're from Atlanta, and they used to go out into the public all the time. And so it wouldn't be crazy to see a famous person. So all I know is I'm in this store just doing like normal Kevin 20-year-old things, looking at clothes. And then out of nowhere, I hear somebody say, is that Pitbull? And I'm like, where's Pitbull? And then I realized that they're all looking at me. And I was like, oh. So I was like, maybe I am. So of course, I put my hat low, and then my boy gave me some sunglasses. I put the sunglasses on, and then I was with 4 dudes, and all these dudes are on my basketball team. They're all like 6'3" and above, so they legit look like security. And I don't know how we came to the meeting of the minds, all 4 of us at the same time, but all I know is both of the biggest dudes grab my shoulders, and then they start escorting me out before it gets crazy. And at the moment that they put their hands on my shoulders and start walking me out, now apparently everybody in this store just knows I'm Pitbull. So now like people are taking pictures. Dude, I am on people's Facebook, and they put stories about how they shook Pitbull's hand. And I responded back in the day on Facebook as myself, saying I was Pitbull. True story. So I'm somewhere out there in people's feeds and Facebook, and I was Pitbull for a day. It was amazing. It felt great. And then it was over. And then I was just me again. And then I've been me ever since. So
that was like the peak of your life. And now, and now you're here.
100%. Hey, mountaintop achieved. Everything else is good here. Like everything else is just easy. That's all I got.
I mean, you do need to spit some rhymes now to prove the fact that you're a Pitbull. No push. Is he frozen or?
We broke. Oh, there he's back.
How coincidental that happened at that exact moment in time.
We're waiting for you to rap, Kevin.
Yeah.
Oh, was it me that was frozen or you? Because everybody was
Yeah, it
frozen.
was you.
It was you.
It was you.
It was you.
Okay. No, just Mr. Worldwide. That's all I got, and it's not even a good voice. That's all I got. I think I don't even know one of his songs. I really don't.
There was
Okay.
that song that was really cool like a few years ago, like 10 years ago, but that's the only one that I know. And I don't even know if I know it off the top of my head now.
It's okay. It's okay. My rhymes are
I
weak.
can't think
guys.
of any either.
You don't want my bars right now. You don't want that.
I don't know. We've seen your sonnet writing skills.
Well, of course, because Kevin's true story. I actually was in a rap group as a young man, and I actually do. This is. I should not say this out loud. Okay, whatever. I recorded 2 albums. Oh my God, I said that. I do. Oh, how dare you? You're a jerk. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I've actually in a studio sat and listened to my voice over and over and over and over. I know how annoying that can be, but I did that and I recorded 2 albums. And then out of like the back of a trunk, I sold them. People actually bought my stuff. I don't know why. Michael, that's not nice. I can rap, okay? That's not nice. I don't appreciate that. Whatever. I'm nice. I got bars for days. I could spit.
But you're not doing it. So
Yeah, no, I don't. I did my intro off the top. I don't. That was my bars. Those were my bars for today, basically. So
That was an epic intro. Thank you.
it's like,
the intros are good.
thanks.
Kevin assumed
Oh,
that we were putting him on the
I
spot.
never assumed that. This
He
is
knows
episode
what he's in for
11, I
every
think.
week.
I think the first maybe 2 or 3. I assume. Nah, I know what to expect. It's expectations now, not assumptions.
Michael, you are nice.
Oh, Michael, are you gonna bring my bunnies back? Just kidding.
So there was an assumption that I thought that we had all generally accepted that I take issue with that we need to talk about right now.
Uh-oh.
This is a hard one, guys. I get a little bit emotional. Do you remember the Uni Awards? And we were nominated for Snarkiest.
All 3 of us?
All 3 of us and one other person.
Oh,
But we didn't win.
does that say Super Snark? Who put that?
It was
hey,
rigged.
guys.
Did we give him that nickname?
No.
No, he gave it to him.
You get to
Actually,
assign your own nickname.
So whoever voted for him in the Uni Awards, as opposed to us, bestowed this title upon him. Nathan is in the house.
Hi.
I refuse to call you by that. I will call you Nathan. However, I will not call you by this nonsense that's on your tag there.
I'll just call you SS for short.
You're still, don't validate him, Kevin.
That's true. That's a lot of validation. You already took the top spot from us.
That's right. I did.
I mean,
Proud of it.
That's right.
Proud
Kevin.
of it.
I did.
It's like, I'm here. I'm proud of it. Embrace it.
All right. Yes. Nathan, because I'm not calling you the other names. What would you say, based off your time on LinkedIn, has been the biggest assumption made about you? Go.
That you're snarky.
That's fairly true. People assume that like I'm funny.
But you're not.
Easily not.
I don't know. I pay very little attention to what other people say, so I don't know what their assumptions about me are. But if you want to tell me what your assumptions about me are, I can go ahead and challenge all of them, or more likely validate them. Either way.
I did think you were part wizard. Please go
I
ahead.
have a bold claim. I have a bold claim. My assumption is the Uni Awards were rigged against.
I
the
concur
Snark
with
Squad.
that assumption.
I honestly have no idea. I can tell you I voted for myself, but that's the most I can say on that. Although, to be fair, I will say that when I went in and placed my vote, I voted for Chelsea first. And then I saw that I was in the lead, so I went back and changed it to me.
What?
So,
What is this?
So then I'll assume that you made 15 other dummy accounts real quick and then voted for yourself 15 more times.
Yeah.
That's what I assumed.
Took back your vote. What kind of nonsense is that? I'm both offended and validated all at the same time.
To be fair, I've been saying ever since then, there's absolutely no reason why I should have beat you out, Chelsea. That I still don't understand how that happened. I thought that you were the clear winner, and the fact that I won is like, I'm running with it, but I still don't understand why.
Okay, we can be best friends. It's fine.
Yes.
I think the real insult is going to be when he gets like the piece of paper before you get yours for your reward, Chelsea.
I got mine. I got mine in the mail. Ariel sent it to me with my birthday present, which was last Friday while we were all on Snark Squad, and nobody told me happy birthday, but that's like a different problem.
It was your birthday?
It's fine. It was my birthday last Friday.
Happy
And the fact
birthday.
that you didn't know because I intentionally didn't tell anybody is highly offensive. I mean, do your research. Like, what is this?
How deep am I supposed to get into like stalking everyone though? Because I can get pretty deep. I like don't want to brag or anything, but like within about 10 minutes, I could probably find your address, your employment history outside of LinkedIn.
Will you come over? Will you come over?
I mean, I have my second vaccination. Is like
Okay, well then just
So I
let's
can
do
Okay,
it.
so
I just got my second one today. That's where
I still have 0 vaccine. Thanks, Canada.
yeah, that's
Okay. I have a question for everybody.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a good assumption made about you that you were like, yes?
Yeah.
That I'm
Go ahead.
smart and snarky.
Please go,
tell us
Sarah.
about it.
Yeah.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sarah.
okay. That there was an assumption, and it was correct that that I have a kind heart and I'm very empathetic. So that was the right assumption.
Oh, I agree.
Yay.
Nice.
I do agree.
And then you know what my mom said? She's like,
What
no,
did mom
she's a
say?
bitch.
Holy shit.
I'll never forget it. Oh my god. So then
Sounds like mom.
my mom, she's like, I'm so sorry to say this, but I just wanted to let you know that you're a bitch, Sarah. You're just a straight up bitch. And I'm like, and so me being me, I said, oh, well, what's your definition of a bitch? Oh, excuse my language. I don't know if I'm allowed to use that word, but anyway, so I said, oh, well, what's
It's all
your,
good. It's fine. It's in the past.
so I said, well, what's your definition of that? And so my mom's like, oh, well, you know. And I'm like, no, you tell me. She's like, well, you know, Sada. Yeah, you know. And I'm like, no, you tell me. And she's like, well, you know, somebody who's opinionated, someone who like talks back, and someone who just, you know, has it together. Like that was her definition of what, you know, that meant. And so
Jenny, I think she just called you a bitch.
well, my mom would, yeah.
We're all a bunch of bitches.
Canadian bitch standards are totally different than American bitch standards. Like
Yeah,
to be
exactly.
clear.
Exactly.
I was just gonna say, it sounds like there's a different, requirement for what it is in the U.S. versus Canada. So
I know.
I
I know. It's like,
No, I think that's actually just Sarah. I do get people always assuming I'm a bitch though. Like
oh well, my brother told me that I look like an axe murderer when I'm walking down the street, and my mom agreed. She's like, yeah, she looks. She's not very friendly, Sarah, when she's walking down the street. And I'm like, well, assholes, I got hit by a car, so of course I'm gonna be.
Nathan, has anybody ever told you that you're a bitch?
Yeah.
No, I've never gotten that one.
never. Oh, I've been called that plenty of times. Oh my god.
I can see that.
Total sense. Makes total sense.
I gotta side with Nathan on that one.
Yeah, I side with it. I don't care. I can be opinionated. What else was it? What were the requirements again? Opinionated, yes, check.
She did say though you had to have your life together, and I feel like you just fall right out of the category on that one.
No, I don't have my life together. People assume I have my shit together, but I don't.
No, she was talking about me.
I was talking about Kevin. You're lovely.
Yeah.
I was definitely talking about Kevin.
Oh well, thank you.
Yeah.
Right. I was actually going to say, when you asked the question, what's a positive assumption that people seem to have? People seriously seem to think that I have my shit together, and I totally don't. Like,
I think it's because your profile picture is in black and white, and it immediately makes you look regal.
Right.
I mean, like, I saw it, and I was like, ooh, regal.
Right, and you can even, like, read my profile, and it makes me sound all professional and stuff.
Yeah, like when I saw your profile picture, I'm like, is that a Hugo Boss ad? Because
Yeah,
check out my watch.
That's none of those things are accurate.
Oh, I can put this to rest right now for everybody. Nobody. There's not one person here that has their shit together. We're all just figuring it out, guys. It's okay.
It's
okay.
Sliding scale. It's fine.
Why do you think Chelsea's is what could go wrong? I mean, come on.
Because I experiment on children.
Easily.
Obviously.
Right. Yeah.
How else do you figure things out? Come on.
I cannot with you, Kevin. Like, this is just going to be a conversation you and I can have later.
I think you're actually in trouble, Kevin.
It would just be a normal Friday for me, though.
Like, if I could figure out how to rearrange these squares, I would separate the two of you right now.
Didn't Travis say to just click and drag?
It doesn't work like that in StreamYard, and I don't know how to do it, and I haven't bothered figuring it out. Like, let's just be honest.
Okay.
So, Nathan, what kind of assumptions did you make about us?
Yeah, Nathan.
Ready, set, go. Where are you going? We have nowhere to go.
I honestly, like, I've interacted with you guys so little. It's like I feel like we're all friends, but at the same time, it's like I don't interact with you guys on a daily basis like other people.
Those are my favorite kind of friends, like the ones where you're like, we're totally friends, but you don't have to talk to them very much. Like,
right. Those are like my favorite kinds of people in general. Like, I know I can call that person, but I'm totally not going to.
Seriously, like friendship goals,
best
right
friends
there.
ever. Seriously.
And then bonus layer is when you forget their birthday because you didn't know their birthday in the first place.
So
but you were all
together
for an hour and a
someone's
half.
name, much less their birthday. So
I know. Does anybody know Kevin's birthday? I know Kevin's birthday.
I don't know.
Whoa.
I don't know anyone's birthday. I barely know my own.
Right.
So that's awkward. I know my kids' birthdays. My husband's.
That's good. Those are valuable
ones.
birthdays to know.
Those are good ones to keep in mind.
So go ahead and make your assumptions. Nate, you're here now. Assume away.
He's like, oh, okay, this is awkward. How do I get out? So like, I just have to tell you, you're in an unfortunate position because we know how to bring surprise snarks up here, but we don't know how to get rid of them.
Oh, I can just log out. I know how to do that to myself. But so, okay. I'm not sure if I'm pretty sure all of you guys saw my post a couple weeks ago where, like, I seriously do not understand people. I don't, like, on any level. So I avoid making assumptions about people because as soon as I start making an assumption, I already know that I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. So, because I don't people well. So
it's
just best that I avoid people.
Nobody peoples well, Nathan. We're all wrong. We all put our own biases and into other people.
Biases?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow. Look at you, Kevin.
Yeah, I know how to speak, Chelsea. Sorry.
I want to say Kevin is probably the only one who I've made some kind of an assumption about.
What assumption did you make? Let's talk about our assumptions about Kevin some more.
Right. So my first interaction with Kevin, I came across one of his Sunday rants and I can't even remember what the rant was about. But I was like, I totally don't know if this dude is being serious right now or not. But I am going to leave the biggest smartass response on his post.
And it was perfect. It was perfect.
Yeah. And again, I can't even remember what it was, but
And that's how I knew you were my people immediately, because I knew that you were being a smartass, and I was like,
this dude is either going to freak the hell out at me, or we're going to be best friends.
for what?
So
you can't be his best friend. You're already my best friend. Can't.
Right.
That's how friendship works.
This is awkward.
That's fair.
Okay.
What is the cereal people assume you love but you don't?
And this I did question. So what is the cereal people assume you love but you don't?
I said Fruit
Lucky
Loops.
Charms?
Fruit Loops.
I'm just trying to
Fruit
think of a
Loops.
cereal that I don't love.
That's what I'm saying. I love cereal in general.
I love all cereal, but most of them have gluten, so I can't love them the way that I want to.
I don't recall the last time I had cereal.
What? Do the little marshmallows and Lucky Charms have gluten in them? Because I feel like you could just eat the good part. Just like
No, because it all touches each other. So like if something touches, it's contaminated.
They
Very
actually make
annoying.
Lucky Charms with just the charms now. None of the
You can
Luckies.
get it on Amazon. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's
Yeah.
perfect. Marshmallow and milk. So weird.
The only thing that we
It ends with the best milk taste ever, though.
Oh dear.
What assumptions do you guys have about me when we met?
That I kind of wanted to be you when I grew up. So
That you were rich.
That what?
that you were rich?
You assume that?
Yeah.
Why?
You were right.
Because you just seem like you had your stuff together. And usually people that do seem like they're rich to me, at least 6 months ago. And then now I know the real truth.
I was going to say it's because you two keep talking about building a mansion together.
But me and Chelsea are
We're
going
not
to
building
buy
a mansion. We are
gonna-
purchasing a mansion.
Yeah, we're going to buy the Schitt's Creek mansion and bunk together.
Yeah, I'm good.
It's really huge, and we're going to have a cupcake room and a s'more room.
And then
It's
a
gonna be
workout
delightful.
room because there's also muffins involved. It's fine.
There's a muffin room too. I'm so excited. I bet the muffin room is next to the cupcake room. That is an assumption that I have.
That makes perfect sense. And all of those have to be next to the workout room.
The workout room has to be like in the middle. Because my assumption is
Like you
if
have to go
past
through
the
it
workout room
to get to the chocolate. Yeah.
Yeah,
And the
because
reason
my
why-
assumption is without, we're just going to go to the treat rooms and never the gym room.
That sounds right. That sounds pretty accurate of my entire life, actually.
So I won't mix business with pleasure, Nathan. Here's why you'll want to live in my mansion. I have the ice cream room next to the bread room, next to the pasta room, next to the, and then we can go to the gym. We don't mix business with pleasure. Mm-mm.
When was the last time I went to a gym? I want to say high school. I'm pretty sure high school is the answer to that question.
Matt, you found did you have your children bring you beer? Because last time that didn't seem to work out for you the way that you were hoping it would.
At all.
Anna Maria has a great suggestion. We also should have an ice cream room. Maybe the ice cream
Yes.
room, it could be like a s'more / ice cream room because that's a little bit seasonal, I feel like.
All right. I
Maybe.
mean, can we have like an indoor fire pit for the s'mores?
Of course.
Great.
We have like 20,000 square feet that we're dealing with. So there's lots of space.
an additional question, follow-up question. Who is responsible for cleaning this 20,000 square foot in space? Because
Our housekeeper.
great.
There is no having a mansion without having some cleaning it for you.
That's interesting. I was gonna open a housekeeping service, so easy.
No way.
Hire me. Cool.
So you can go clean our house, Kevin.
Kevin, you can't live there. You can clean it and then you can leave.
No,
may
no,
not
I get a guest house. No, I get a guest house. No, I'm on the grounds.
Matt, we need to talk. That's a whole different conversation that we might need to have. Oh, you did miss. I will tell you what you missed, Matt, because you will appreciate this as an educator. Kevin told me that he assumed that I had a school where we did experiments on children, and that's why it was called What Could Go Wrong. So
I feel like Matt is about to validate that story.
I bet Matt will 100%.
Matt will absolutely not validate that story. Matt and I are friends, and Matt would not do that. I have faith. Ish. I have some faith. I have like a minute amount. It's dwindling. It's fine.
I'm just sitting here waiting for his comment to validate this story.
It's all right, Matt. They're servants in you. I got my roommate here, and he doesn't pay rent, so I'm looking to kick him out ASAP. If you need a new roommate, I got one. But he eats a lot and doesn't clean, so.
There. Parenting is one large experiment.
That didn't sound like a cosign to me.
Right.
Parenting is a
I'm accepting that comment as I can neither
half
deny.
Matt, I need you to participate better. Do better. It's okay. I know where he lives. Or I'll have Jenny find him for me.
Oh, I can totally do that. That's going to take
it's fine.
minutes.
Okay, great.
It's totally fine.
I know he's in the state of Texas, which is great because I'm already in the state of Texas. So
if you already know what state he's in, it's going to be even easier for me to find him. And Perfect. His last 3 addresses. We're covered. His phone number. You're getting some more text subscriptions this weekend, Matt. A massage room.
Yeah,
that's good.
I'll take that.
Why are we talking
Sarah,
about cereal so much?
For you that I think is appropriate at this point. How did you assume that this would all go?
I assumed it would go really well, actually, and it is.
Define really well.
Right.
Well, at the opening of the show, Kevin accused you of experimenting on young children, and it all went up from there.
Did I accuse or did I assume? Oh my God, y'all chill out. Jesus. Y'all put up Instagram photos of me half naked. Can we relax, guys?
You put those photos on the internet, okay? The internet is forever.
Yeah.
You put it
on my page. Did I ask you to go in there and put them on?
You wanted people to see them. You asked for
my
that
assumption.
for yourself.
Here is my assumption, Kevin. When you sent me the link to the photo of you and your abs, my assumption was you knew I was going to put it on the show.
Oh, how would I do that?
Thirsty.
And I intentionally did not go looking for it, by the way, even though I have ninja stalker skills.
I found it and sent it to her.
Well, okay, well, here's my... Well, here's my question for Chelsea and Jenny. What were your assumptions of me?
I thought you were just really nice and cool. Honestly, like from our interactions, you just like seem like someone that I would want to hang out with IRL, which we're totally going to when I get to come back to Canada.
We should hang out.
I had zero assumptions because I didn't know who you were until you were in our little group, and I clicked on your picture and I was like, oh, that's fun. Let's be friends. And that's the whole story. Because, I need more friends. I have Kevin, so that's a problem.
Yeah. Better start building.
I like how Kevin did a shout out. He's like, and my actual friends. I'm like, oh, thank you.
Because I know.
My heartless heart.
No, I'm not going to bring up Kevin's abs again today.
Yes, I think we've talked about them enough, y'all.
But if you just just go to an old episode. It's all there. Kevin, but we promoted you, man. Like you got new followers from
You got followers.
If you guys haven't looked, I haven't posted on Instagram in like 3 years. I don't care. Okay.
I really need to pull out that moment where you came onto the show though. Because that was, I think, the funniest moment.
You see how I took it in stride?
I now have to have conversations with Matt and Kevin later.
There you go.
That's my day.
Thomas, I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be Jacob.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, Jacob was supposed to bring snacks.
Jacob, where's the snacks?
Where are you, Jacob?
Yeah, Jacob.
We still have to get him on just to be like a Snark eating a sandwich again. But like not when he's expected to actually participate like the last time.
Like
I
that
have
one
no
time when
idea why
Travis
he
randomly appeared.
I have no idea why he's so opposed to being on video ever.
Jacob?
He came on here one time.
He was.
He didn't do anything. He just sat there and ate.
Yeah, like he'll show up at Zoom parties and like not turn his camera on. That's the kind of person he is.
I have assumptions about people that do that. I'm not going into here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, what assumptions? Okay, here's another question. When you rewinding back to when all of the snark started. And this is actually a question for the people watching the show because most of you have been hanging with us every week. This is episode 10. This is 10 weeks in a row that we've done this.
10? Wow.
10. Isn't that crazy? So this all happened by accident. And I want to know when you started seeing posts about Snark Squad, what were your assumptions about WTF was this actually going to be?
Because I mean,
Sarah,
our
Nathan,
initial conversation, our initial conversation included like, are we going to be employable if we participate in this? So that was part of the conversation.
And up until today, we were doing so good.
We were doing so good, and now I can never work in education again. CBS is going to show my house.
Your first mistake is like I just assume from the outset that I'm not employable to begin with. So anything I get from there is a bonus.
Smart man.
That is fair.
I kind of work in that way too.
Yeah. That's why you're a recruiter. You get other people.
There you go. You find your tribe and then it just works.
Right. Yeah. Like, well, I know I can't get me a job, but maybe I can get the rest of you guys jobs. So that's going to be my career.
I know the theme of this show is just to talk shit about Kevin all day, and Kevin just takes it. I know, Kevin. I appreciate it, bro.
Kevin feels very terrible for himself. Michael, is that really a question that you want us to answer?
I don't know. Depends what type of car, Michael. Is the color red? Because that's an assumption.
I assume they just want to buy a
cars.
car. That's all.
Thirst trap. It's like when Kevin posts an ad picture on Instagram. That's exactly the same thing as when a guy drives a sports car. Old guy drives a sports car.
No. Kevin was just saying, look, I worked really hard. I have not seen the picture because I don't have Instagram. So that's
what the sports car guy is saying. It's like, look, I worked really hard, made enough money to buy this car. It's kind of the same thing as, hey, I worked really hard and look at my
100%. Oh, yeah, it's all vain, baby. That's right. I work my butt off, and I'm going to show y'all. 100%. Are you kidding me? Y'all got the same. Y'all was the same. Y'all see y'all abs. Oh.
Listen, I enjoy when you get riled up because then you start talking like rapper Kevin. And, like, everything is y'all, and you take every, like, the last letter off of each word that you say, and suddenly you become, like, a whole new person.
And it becomes, like... I enunciate, y'all, and I do this.
That's why they thought you were Pitbull. Were you all riled up?
Mr. Worldwide. Yeah.
It takes multiple false starts before you actually get going.
You know what's funny? If any of my candidates that I talk to watch this show, they would be so confused as to who Kevin is. When I do like my normal business.
I mean, I feel like that's probably why people get the assumption about you, Kevin.
Oh, I really don't care, honestly. Again, to be quite honest with assumptions, we all know what they are, right? They are. So, look, y'all watch this show. I know this is like the most prominent place, so you think this is who Kevin is. You're right. It is. This is who Kevin is. Are you kidding me? This is how I show up. I don't care. If you don't like it, go somewhere. I don't care.
You got your accent happening again. Rapper Kevin is back.
He never goes anywhere. It's me. You keep saying that. It's
No,
me.
he does go somewhere.
We're the same
He
people.
comes
You
and
assume we're
goes.
different people. We're the same people.
You are different people.
We're one and the same. We show up to the same place at the same time always.
Approximately. Sometimes we're late.
He is late a lot. He's late. He comes late to the party oftentimes. Sometimes there has to be motivation involved, but he's there. He's there. He just has to come out.
It's fine. It's totally fine. Let's see. How many?
Just three, Anna. Just three. Just three. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Oh dear.
Bars for days.
Have you named your alter egos?
Have I named my alter egos? I just recognized that they were today, so apparently I need to.
Oh, okay, no. This is obvious. There is Ab Kevin, there is Snarky Kevin, and then there is Rapper Kevin.
Oh, okay.
It was just two.
Wait, what's the difference between Ab Kevin and Rapper Kevin? Are they not the same Kevin?
I don't think. I feel
Ab
like
Kevin
they're
doesn't
nuanced.
Ab Kevin takes pictures. Rapper Kevin talks.
Ab Kevin talks about how many squats he does every week. Or crunches.
Oh,
or whatever
definitely.
the fuck gets you asked.
And I'm harping on the squats too. I'm proud.
Nathan, have you ever taken a bathroom selfie of your abs at any point in your life?
I don't have abs.
Okay.
Have you
ever taken a bathroom selfie at any point in your life and then shared it online and then got mad at people later when they saw it online?
No, I've never done that. No.
Do you drive a sports car?
I drive a Honda CRV.
Great.
Could be considered.
What is that face, Sarah? Oh my God.
I'm taking bathroom selfies.
Who has?
I was gonna say I
did an internet post. Okay, no wait. I do like outfit pics sometimes, but now people make fun of me, so I kind of stopped doing it. But when I was younger and actually like in shape, I did take mirror selfies. I didn't put them on the internet though. I would like send it to my husband.
Oh.
I just want to point out that
is
when
the
I
only
said
one that
no,
matters.
that mostly had to do with the sharing them publicly thing. Any selfies that I've taken in the bathroom are not online appropriate.
Fair enough.
And now we know a lot about Nathan's life.
Yeah,
What
we know.
assumptions do you guys have about Nathan from that statement?
I have so many more assumptions happening right
Oh,
now.
a lot of
My
assumptions.
assumptions just went way up.
If those walls could talk.
So if Nathan's phone is ever unlocked, do not open his
Don't
camera
touch it.
roll.
Do
Don't.
not like
Just
if
Lysol
he's sharing
it.
screens,
Lysol
be
it.
wary
Lysol.
of the other tabs that are open.
Nathan, I just assume you're trying different toga poses with your towel. That was all.
What is happening?
All right,
You know
Anna
what
Maria
a
had a
toga
good
is?
question.
You don't know what a toga is?
Other than Kevin, do you guys have an alter ego or an avatar? Okay, when you want to feel like you're best, you're like your total boss. Who do you pretend to be?
Jenny.
Well, this got awkward again.
Your turn.
I'm trying to think of my answer. Sarah, let's throw it to you. I'm just gonna here. Let's just totally put you on the spot. It won't be awkward. at all.
Perfect.
So we're waiting. No big deal.
I pretend that I am Beyonce with this dash of what would Kevin do?
Oh, that's dangerous.
That sounds like a terrible.
The answer is
long-term
never good
plan.
from there. Like it's just not good.
Kevin should be the only one thinking what should Kevin do and execute on that. Everybody else should just do not do that. You shouldn't do that. I like Beyonce though. Smart.
Beyonce's a good one.
I did see that post that you did recently put up about the Beyonce. That makes a lot of sense. So that makes a lot of sense. Nathan?
Huh? What happened?
You have an
Who do you
alter ego?
pretend to be when you're like being boss bitch or boss dude? I don't know what y'all are.
I don't really know.
That's a terrible answer.
So I feel like this version of me, the one that you're seeing, is actually the alter ego because I'm totally pretending that I'm socially competent and, you know, everything else. Like normal me will just like hide in my bedroom closet with the lights off, hoping that nobody finds me.
Dude, same.
I think that's all that's like us in our original state.
Yeah.
And then we come on here, we make it all work for an hour and a half, and then we go back to the closet.
Right. Yeah. Like I'm probably going to have to cry for a few minutes as soon as we go because this is more social interaction than I've had in about a year and a half.
Yeah, it's like
Same here.
it's like the show ends and it's like this. And then different. And then it's just different.
Nobody can see Kevin. Can anybody else see Kevin? Or like,
Yeah.
I just see
I
a
can
frozen
see
See
version of
Kevin,
Kevin.
he just looks very dark. It looks gloomy. It looks like he's in the Batcave, but not the bathroom Batcave.
Did he go to his closet?
I film from my closet most of the time. It's my safe place, my safe space.
You know, an assumption that people have about me is that actually that I'm not like Nathan. Like people think I'm actually outgoing and that I'm an extrovert and all of these things. I'm like, no, like I'm gonna not talk to anyone for the rest of the night after the show. Like it's gonna take me a while.
Like I have another live at 6:15 and I'm already thinking, crap, how am I going to like recoup from this situation to do that again?
Yeah, I tell people all the time, my master's degree is not in data analytics because of my people skills.
Really? I thought that was a requirement for data analytics. I was like, the data people I know are always social butterflies. Life of a party.
That's so true. So my brother is an IT director at some company, right? And I was in Colorado with him when he was taking his team, who are all a bunch of like really fantastic IT nerds, like lightsaber tattoos and just all the cool things. And I was with them, and so they were going out to do like a coffee taste test or something. Anyway, everybody just stands there like this. And just kind of stares at each other. And it was the most awkward 45 minutes of my life.
That is me.
They all seem to have a
any
wonderful
party.
time.
Yeah.
Dana, like, if we had an award for comments, Dana 100% is
Dana would win it.
Like,
Yeah,
I want to make
she
you,
is.
like, a Canva thing for, like, winning the comments today.
I used to have 3.
I had 3 as well.
I had one.
True story, baby.
I mean, if you were alive in the odds, you had at least one velour suit. Like,
I mean,
J-Lo.
everybody had that juicy one or the J-Lo
Oh yeah,
one.
I had 3. All 3 of mine
So
were juicy.
juicy on your butt.
Yeah, I still have it. It's big for me now,
Juicy
but yeah,
couture.
I still have it.
Oh, I had the fat baby. I had the fat baby one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Was it the baby blue one color? Like the
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep, the pink one. Yep.
Yeah. I still have my juicy couture, yeah.
I like Michael's question here. How many of you have false assumptions about you that you wish secretly wish were true? Let's start with Nathan.
That I was an extrovert. Oh,
Yeah,
so
you
sorry.
want to be an extrovert?
That I'm capable of being a successful adult.
You can
Define
do it,
capable.
Define successful and define adult while you're
Yeah, I mean, so many words in that sentence needs and definition.
Totally not getting it.
Yeah.
All I'm thinking about is the cupcake room.
Right. Yeah.
Sarah, do you have any assumptions that people have that you wish were true?
People think that I'm very outgoing and life of the party, which I'm such an introvert. So no, I mean, I wish that was true.
That sounds like the complete opposite of what you said at the beginning of the show. Everybody thinks that you're all nice and quiet and soft-spoken, but you're not. So who are you, Sarah? That's what are you?
Let's
What are you, a psychologist? I was kidding. I feel like it's my dad. Sarah? My dad's a psychologist. He's like, Sarah? So let's psychoanalyze this. So you said this, but you really mean this, right? And then you mean this. Instead of like growing up being lectured, like I never really got in trouble, but if I did, it was for something that was just dumb. But my dad would just lecture me like for 3 hours, and then I would just go and cry in my room.
That was me. We were the same child.
Right. So yeah, that was yeah. But fun times. Yeah. No, when so to answer your question, it just depends. Like I need to, yes, Drew. Yeah, Nathan's tapping into his inner Oprah with hard-hitting questions. Yes.
Now I'm seeing Nathan and Oprah like mixed together, you know, where you can combine faces and it makes us like weird. It's like a weird thing happening in my head.
No, but I think Kevin can attest to this. Like when I feel really comfortable, then I'll let my guard down. But when I'm not feeling so comfortable, then I do have my guard up. So I'm just pretending that I'm only talking to you guys because that's the mindset that I'm going into, and pretending that nobody else is watching. Although I'm reading the comment sections and I'm like, oh, there's people watching me. Great.
But they're not real. It's the internet. It's just
I actually have. This is what's super weird about me. Okay, because like I relate to a lot of what you're saying, but I actually have to approach it the exact opposite way. So I have no problem standing on a stage, presenting, talking to a crowd of 1,000 people, no issues whatsoever. Put me in a group of 5 at a cocktail party, and I probably will not say a single word.
Oh, really?
I'm the same. I'm the total same. But like I feel a bit of both. So like if I'm really comfortable with people like Sarah, like I can be around people and be fine. But if I have a like kind of intimate setting where I don't know people, I'm just like a ball of social anxiety who will go into the corner and drink, like honestly.
Right.
But like exactly. I can be on stage in front of thousands of people and not care because there's like a distance and I don't actually have to interact.
It's impersonal. So there's
yeah. So it's like, yeah. And I think like, especially because I do video, and I think even when you just post on social media, people are like, oh, like you must be fine talking to people. I'm like, no, like I'm fine broadcasting. I'm not talking to my having camera, a conversation. Okay. Right. If you talk back, I don't know what to do. Now a human.
Don't know how to people. It's too hard.
It's very
Kevin taught me how to people on LinkedIn, so thank you.
Don't tell this crowd that won't make sense to them, Sarah. You can just keep those.
I was just thinking. He taught you how to what?
About the real
when
Kevin.
Did he learn how to people in order to teach other people how to people? That just doesn't make any sense at all. You have to learn it before you can teach it.
See what I mean? So.
That's an inside thing. Oopsie daisy.
Okay. He's only a really good recruiter. What does he know? Yeah, I know.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kevin.
No, Sarah, you're on the show. That's how it works here.
There is no apologizing.
There is
no empathy.
He's Canadian. It's the reflex.
Yeah, don't
mean
all of a
you're
sudden
actually sorry. Sometimes it means F off.
Yeah,
no, sometimes it means word. Sometimes it means I'm hungry. It's a very diverse word in Canada. It's like as diverse as the F word, honestly. You just use it in all circumstances.
Oh my God. I'll never forget. Yeah, no, you know what? I'll never forget the time I was walking on this sidewalk and then there was this car and motorcyclist I think like the motorcyclist or whatever, like one of them cut another person off. Now this is super Canadian, eh? So what happens is they're like,
that was super Canadian, eh?
It was, yes.
Oh,
it was very Canadian of you.
Hey.
it's like they so they were both, you know, like with their fingers, middle finger up, and then with that said, they're like, all right, all good, okay, sorry, all right. So that was like the most Canadian like road rage I've ever seen. And I'm like, welcome to Canada.
That's
like
assumptions.
Yeah, that's way different. I was backing out the other day, and my neighbor was about to come out and talk to me about it. So that's definitely not how it works here.
But Seattle is very much like Vancouver, though.
No, it is not. These people are rude and pushy. Yeah, and that's assumption, and that's me assuming a lot, but it's true. Hey.
So I have to ask, just to completely debunk my assumptions about Canadians now. So I assumed that all Canadians were just 100% hockey and curling. So
No.
Curling.
I love curling, but
I only watch curling during the Olympics, and it's mostly the Norway team because they have awesome pants.
But guys, oh my gosh, new idea. We should have a Snark curling squad because you can be like 80 and make it to the Olympics.
true story.
I know.
I would totally do that.
But there's
I
people
still think
there.
curling is this right here with a weight, because I'm not sure what you guys are talking about right now.
It's like where there's like the rocks
You
and you
throw
throw
the
it in, you're like
stone on the ice.
you're
That's-
sweeping and you're trying to get it into like
when you're able to really
Right.
sweep the floor really well.
really fast, and then you
I use a vacuum. Can you use a vacuum in curling?
No,
No.
it doesn't work on ice.
Okay.
I wouldn't be good at it. I'm a good sweeper. I'm a really good sweeper.
The
No, we
sweeping
lock
is
our
actually
doors,
more
Michael.
I would use the Dyson,
So-
so I'd be like above the fray. I'm just
Actually,
saying. Anyway,
on
myself.
this, Sarah, do you always lock your door or only at a certain time? Because like when I was in a house, I did not lock my door during the day. It was just at night.
That's
You know
interesting.
what? I do live in a house, and there were a couple of times where I actually forgot to lock the door even during nighttime. But with that said, we do generally lock our doors, especially if you live in a condo building. For some weird reason, it's like, oh, gotta lock it. But in a house, it's mostly like, you know, oh, is that a coyote? No, that's not. No, I have coyotes roaming and black bears roaming in my neighborhood. So yeah, but we just worry about that.
Drew, that's funny you say that. I've been in 2 physical altercations in my adult life, and they both happened here in Seattle. And I have traveled the United States in my 20s, and somehow it's Seattle where it worked. So I'm right there with you, dude. People in Seattle are rude. I think it's just like if you don't have your coffee at all times, because coffee places here close at 8. Things get crazy after 8 o'clock around here. I'd be careful.
Who needs coffee after 8 o'clock?
I don't drink coffee after like 8 o'clock in the morning.
What?
Yeah.
I don't drink my first cup of coffee till like 10 a.m.
What? Oh, okay.
Well, no, that's because I take a lot of supplements, and then I have to wait for it. I mean, I'm becoming boring, but yeah, and then.
Well, this military brat kid grew up drinking coffee, and I'll drink coffee at 10 at night and still go to sleep at 11.
That is not me.
No, that's not me.
So we are at the 90-minute mark.
Thanks, Brudlove.
So next week, I don't have the image. Me Love is going to be with us. I don't know what the topic is yet. I don't have my
We have no image and no topic. However, we do have a person.
We have a person.
So that's
We have
something.
who will show up.
She's in the chat. Her name is
She's
Brittany
in the
Love. There you go. There she is.
I hope she brings her coffee with us.
Yeah, and yeah, people who wanted to have Luke on.
There
Assuming
were
that
no
we
people
did
that
too.
wanted to have Luke on.
They were rude. No.
My goodness.
To that point, though, if I may, because I've known you for a while, I'm going to bring a little value to the Anti-Value Show. Sincerely, Sarah, I have seen a ton. From the assumption of you being shy and however it was that was assumed from beginning, you have certainly, man, grown leaps and bounds in like the last 4 months. It's been amazing. And now you're on the Snark Squad show and you spoke. And 2 to 3 months ago, would you have ever done this? I assume not. And I think
heck no. I get a message on a Tuesday night, like from Miss Jenny here. And she's like, "Hi, Fred, do you want to like blah, blah, blah?" And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then
Next time you'll be like,
no. I was just like, I'm honored to that you even thought about me, that you even wanted me on, because I don't think more than half the people I don't think know me for your program. So
speaking of which, Sarah,
people don't know me.
We're not connected, and I'm in LinkedIn jail because I sent too many connection requests this week. So if you
do you want me to send you one?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll send you one. If anybody
as long as we're adding
wants...
value, anybody in the comments who has not followed my new company page at Winsing LLC, go ahead and do that. Shameless plug.
No.
Yeah. And anybody on the comment section, please, connect with me. Yeah.
Sarah is tagged. Maybe, I don't know, because I had to resend it.
And Nathan, I mean, you're pretty snarky. I was like, I don't know. I mean, you won an award that should have gone to us. I'm not going to let that go. But
true.
I mean, you came on here.
So I still want to say, Kevin, when we first connected, over your post, and again, I do not remember what your post was about, but it was one of your Sunday rants, and whatever I responded with, that should have been your.
It was hilarious. I don't know.
And then, like a few days later, when we were having a conversation between me and you and Chris, and it was about a troll that attacked both of your guys' posts at the same time, and I was like, "Oh hell no!" And went after him on both posts. That should have told you.
I knew. And that was awesome, by the way.
Thank you, Robert. That's very nice. Yes, let's connect.
Yes, everyone connect. All right.
Hey, Drew, why don't you just at least, I'm putting poor Drew. I'm being very snarky today.
Oh, please.
That's the point.
I know. Oh, well.
All right, friends. Nathan, thank you so much for joining us, for sticking with us, because we don't know how to get rid of you, or if you wanted to go. I don't know.
Appreciate it.
I hope you feel well with your
Thanks for not shutting down when you could have.
Yeah, I'm good so far.
At any point, you could have disappeared, and yet you stayed. Sarah, thank you for snarking. Thank you for upgrading our show from Luke's presence, because, I mean, my assumption
definitely
is
an upgrade.
Way better.
Yeah.
Times 2. Times 10.
Thank you.
Thank you, snarky comment friends who found us with LinkedIn. And my assumption is LinkedIn doesn't know what they're doing, because the stream wouldn't start. So there was that. Thank you for people.
Especially Dana, who's winning the internet.
Thank you, Dana, for winning the comments. I'm going to try to create something for you in Canva, and I will slide into your DMs. Does anyone have any last snarky assumptions to state, or should I just turn this thing off? I'm all out.
I assume you're going to just turn it off.
Yeah.